April patch notes are out. Hi friends, I'm TTB. Welcome back to Mechwarrior Online news. The latest patch notes have dropped. We're going to get our Inner Sphere, OMNIMECH, as well as some other goodies. Let's talk about what is in this patch. So we're getting the Blackhawk-KU Inner Sphere OMNIMECH. We're getting weapon adjustments, equipment adjustments, mech adjustments, quirk adjustments, map adjustments, and bug fixes. And of course, updates are subject to further balance changes in the future. So get out there, play the game, and report back if you find stuff that doesn't work as intended. Here is the Blackhawk for the Inner Sphere, Blackhawk-KU, and the it's going to be a 60-tonner. And it's going to be, like I said, an Inner Sphere heavy OMNIMECH version of the Blackhawk aka Nova 50-ton clan mech. The pack will include 2 mechs and 2 variants of these 2 mechs, so 4 mechs in total, as far as I understand it. The BHK-U-O and the -OX, plus 3 extra Omnipods from other variants. And like I said, it's going to be a thick Inner Sphere Nova. My question is going to be what kind of engine is going to be in there. If it's Inner Sphere XL engines, it could be scary. It really depends on how they solve the scaling and whatnot. Because this is going to be a huge Nova. If it's easy to hit it on the side torsos, or if they didn't add a lot of armor on the arms, it's going to be a problem. So we'll see how it goes. We'll just see how it goes. We have no data on it yet. There's no screenshots of the builds. What we get though is Omnipod quirks. So the BHK-U-O is going to get structure quirks. The torsos are getting armor quirks as well. Left arm and right arm gets 15 structure, so no armor on that, okay. Set of 8 bonus will be 10% range and 10% medium laser family heat. And the BHK-U-OX is going to get a similar quirks, although the left torso and right torso will have 5% heat on that. Arms will only get 10 structure, legs the same. Set of 8 gives us extra structure to arms. Medium laser family heat skill limit +1, so that would be the one probably that has the 7, yeah, right here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 lasers in each arm. That's why it has medium laser family heat skill limit +1. Also pertains to ERs, of course, as well as X pulses and pulses. 10% medium laser family heat and 10% medium laser family range. Plus 3 extra Omnipods. The OC left arm, which is going to be a ballistic arm with +20 armor. 200% extra ammo, minus machine gun and mech shot family, 30% ballistic cooldown, 25% UX jam chance. So if you want to run a left arm with ballistics, this is your arm. The OB right arm, same thing, 4 ballistics with the same quirks, and the OD left arm is going to be carrying 2 missile hardpoints, extra armor, and of course buffs for missile ammo, as well as cooldown and spread. So could be interesting. It will be fun to try out these new mechs. Then we get into weapon adjustments, and what we can see here is that PPC heat is going to be reduced by about 10%. PPC velocity is getting increased by 500 meters per second, that is a 25% buff. Clan heavy small lasers get a little bit duration reduction, that is like what, 10-20%, almost 20%, and a cooldown reduction of 0.5 seconds as well, so that might make the clan heavy smalls a little bit more interesting. Clan beam laser, the heat damage per second goes up to 6 from 5. The heat per second is going to be increased by 0.5. The pre-heat scale burn duration, the green bar time, has been increased to 10 seconds, up from 4.75 seconds. And the cool-off ramp down duration has been reduced to 1 second from 5 seconds. So as you stop shooting, now it's only 1 second before it starts to ramp down from the red zone. However, there's a fix that changes the heat so the heat scale limit actually properly applies. So if you're trying to shoot more than two of these at this point in time, you are going to cook yourself. Clan Plasma PPC, the heat has been reduced to 5.25 from 7. I don't know if that's going to fix it, but it's going to make it a little bit more interesting at least. Mech Shot and Clan AP Gauss. The Gauss rifle quirks will affect Mech Shot and AP Gauss now. Mech Shot and AP Gauss will no longer provide a critical hit chance bonus over base values. Light autocannons and proto autocannons get buffed as well. Like I said, the cooldown on the light autocannons gets reduced. Same thing for the proto autocannon too. That is about, what is that, 20% or so of the time, which is nice. That brings the DPS a little bit higher. It's like I said, they either have to give it more range or they need to bring up the DPS. They chose to bring up the DPS, which I think is a smart move. So yeah, they're going to become better for sure now. Proto AC4 also gets a range increase, 540 instead of 450. And the heat scale penalty threshold has been increased to 7, so now he can fire 6 Proto AC4s with no penalty. Same thing with the Proto AC8s, and the range has been increased from 270 to 360, which makes this thing a little bit more viable, because 270 was kind of ridiculous for a weapon that size. Also, cooldown has been reduced as well, of course. And the heat scale penalty multiplier has been reduced to 16 from 24, although, like... Yeah, I mean, if you wanna run 7 of those, if you can fit it, why not? So we'll definitely do some science with the current Proto ACs on stream and on the YouTube channel as well. Then Thunderbolts. As I said, Thunderbolts were in a very, very bad spot. They are basically increasing the velocity by 50% and reducing the spread, and also reducing the screen shake by half. So that should make them a little bit better. I still think they're too heavy for what they're doing, but it's definitely worth to revisit them and try them out again after these changes. Battle Mech quirk adjustments. Akishida, all variants get 10% heat dissipation to their CTs. The Bravo gets some armor removed from the set of 8 and gets a +8 full body armor bonus instead of 8, so +8 armor to every component on the mech, including the rear torsos. That is an interesting thing. That is definitely something you should try out then. So that thing gets free 8 back armor basically. Nice. All Urban Mech 2Cs have heat dissipation up to 15% from 5%. The General 2C3 gets Plasma PVC heat skill limit +1. The Ice Fridge Prime, 10% heat dissipation in the CT. All the other Ice Fridges, 5% heat dissipation in the CT. Orion 2C, the ERPC heat skill limit +1 has been removed, and it's going to be changed into an Energy Weapons heat skill limit +1, so you can also do like 3 large pulse lasers, for example. And the Longbow 13 NAIS AC5 heat skill limit +2. That should be interesting to play as well. Definitely want to try out that Dakar build. ECM Clear Inner Sphere now has a less slowdown effect on missile lock speed. Currently, missile locks on a mech with active ECM takes 4 times longer compared to normal lock-on time. Now it's going to be 2 times longer. That is going to make the skill lords' lives a lot easier. Might also bring back streaks into an area where they are more viable. Then, there's a plethora of weapon quirk adjustments. Due to the strength of the new mech shot and AP Gauss weapon systems, they have decided to be a little conservative on which mechs will receive armor quirks for those weapons. So basically, all these mechs that you can look at in your own time, guys, because I'm not going to read all of that out, will have added pack ammo, light autocannon ammo, or AP Gauss / mech shot ammo, or some of them actually get Thunderbolt ammo. The Commando 2D gets Thunderbolt ammo, that's actually the more interesting one. Romeo 5K gets Thunderbolt ammo. Let's see. Jäger Mech 6A gets Thunderbolt ammo. That is interesting. That might be something you guys want to look at. Osiris gets Thunderbolt ammo. Locust gets Thunderbolt ammo. Yeah, the Learned Locust. Phoenix Hawk. None of the big boys, of course, get ammo, unfortunately. It's all just for the smaller ones. Interesting enough, the Warhawk gets quirks for pack ammo. Warhawk, you remember, 80 tonner, always struggles a little bit from not enough tonnage. So this could actually make some pack builds viable on the Warhawk. Alrighty then, map adjustments. River City gets a moved and increased radius domination circle, and the southern spawns have been adjusted a little bit more forward apparently, so that is nice. Then, store updates. If you're watching this right now as I'm making this video, then if you want to pick up the Krail and Bolt for MC, both are very good hero mechs, do it now because they're currently wrongly priced in your favor. They're like half the price that they should be. That's why they say we won't be retroactively changing any purchases or taking away any MCs for players who bought these at a discount, so might want to pick it up before the patch. Longbow will be available for MCs. The Spitfire is legendary mech, so that is still to buy for real cash right now. Will be available later for MC. And the Blight and Gorwing will be available for MC as well. Gorwing, Blight, very nice. Bug fixes. Hashki, Abaddon, Warlord, and Kasai sometimes show up with different mechs in their skill trees and could load other builds on their chassis variants, so that bug is now fixed. Stone Rhino Decal bug is fixed now and will also apply to the Longbow in the future, and weapon appearances on multiple mechs have been fixed where they caused inconsistent geometry, and players can still use the weapons the same if the weapons do call incorrect barrels, so it's just a visual thing. Clam Beam Laser, that's what I talked about earlier. Heat scale, ghost heat mechanics now function properly and can no longer be circumvented by a delayed firing pattern. The penalty no longer applies as a heat spike, and generated heat per second penalty is applied properly. Okay. Max Shot and AP Gauss rifle ammo no longer cause internal damage if they are destroyed, causing an ammo explosion event. So these basically do not have the Gauss explosions anymore. which is a good thing because otherwise it's just very risky to go poof, right? Skill tree and magazine capacity. Magazine capacity nodes now give a +4 bonus to pack 8 instead of +2, equivalent to 2 extra shots per node. Well, there you have it. Lots of bug fixes, lots of improvements, lots of quirk changes, and lots of weapon balance changes that I think are, like, all of them seem quite reasonable to me. There's nothing in here where I could, like, oh my god, what are they doing with the, like we did with the hags and whatnot. So, looking pretty good, and I'm looking forward to trying out the new Blackhawk OmniMech. What is your standout thing about this patch? Let me know in the comments below. Hope this video was helpful to you. See you next time. Thank you so much, supporters. Couldn't do it without you. If you want to join Team TTB, check out the join button right here on YouTube, super thanks button in the comments section, or of course the links to Patreon or the merch store listed in the video description.